Most people think millionaires drive fancy cars and live in huge houses and spend money like it's going out of style. But what if I told you that the real millionaires in America are your neighbors who drive older cars, live in modest homes, and you'd never guess they have millions in the bank? This eye-opening truth comes from Thomas Stanley and William Danko's groundbreaking research in the Millionaire Next Door, guys, and it completely changes how we should think about building wealth. The foundation of becoming a stealth millionaire starts with a simple but powerful idea. True wealth isn't about how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep. The authors found that most millionaires became wealthy not because they earned huge salaries, but because they consistently spent less than they earned and invested the difference. This creates a snowball effect where your savings grow and compound over time, building real wealth that lasts. Your strategy needs to flip the script on how most people think about money. Instead of focusing on earning more so you can spend more, you need to embrace a lifestyle that puts long-term wealth building ahead of immediate wants. This means making choices every day that might not feel exciting in the moment. But that sets you up for financial freedom down the road. The stealth millionaires in the book understood that every dollar they didn't spend on something they didn't really need was a dollar that could work for them through investing. To make this real in your life, you need practical tools that help you track and control your spending. Start by using budgeting apps like YNAB or Mint to create what's called zero-based budgeting. This means giving every single dollar you earn a specific job before you spend it. Some dollars go to rent, some to food, some to savings, and some to fun. But every dollar has a purpose, which stops money from just disappearing on random purchases. You should also use expense tracking tools like Rocket Money to find those sneaky subscriptions and unnecessary expenses that drain your wealth without you noticing. When you see exactly where your money goes, you can cut the fat and redirect that money toward building your future. How might adjusting your current spending habits today significantly improve your financial independence tomorrow? Here's something that might surprise you about millionaires. They don't constantly bail out their adult children or relatives with money. The research shows that wealthy people who give substantial financial support to grown family members actually hurt both themselves and the people they're trying to help. When you give money to capable adults, you often create dependency instead of helping them build their own financial skills. At the same time, you're taking money away from your own wealth-building efforts. The smart approach is to secure your own financial future first, while setting clear boundaries around family financial help. Think of it like the airplane safety rule about putting on your own oxygen mask before helping others. You can't truly help your loved ones if you're financially stressed yourself. The goal is to support your family's long-term financial independence, not create a cycle where they depend on your money instead of building their own wealth. Put this into practice by setting up automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts as soon as you get paid. This protects your wealth building before you even have a chance to consider giving money to relatives. When you use zero-based budgeting, you can plan for any family support you want to give, but only after you've taken care of your own financial goals. This way, any help you provide comes from a position of strength, not at the expense of your future security. In what ways can I support my loved ones' financial independence without jeopardizing my own financial goals and security? Television, movies, and social media have created a completely false picture of what wealthy people actually look like. The flashy lifestyle you see isn't how most millionaires live. In fact, the research reveals that self-made millionaires are typically frugal, careful with money, and live in ways that don't show off their wealth. They drive reliable used cars, live in middle-class neighborhoods, and buy quality items that last instead of expensive brands that are all about status. Your new understanding of wealth needs to focus on financial security and freedom, rather than looking rich to other people. Real millionaires understand that every dollar spent on showing off is a dollar that can't compound and grow. They care more about having options and peace of mind than about impressing strangers with expensive things they don't really need. Start thinking like a real millionaire by choosing quality and function over luxury brands and status symbols. When you need to buy something, ask yourself if you're paying extra just for a name, or if the item actually works better. Look at how truly wealthy families spend their money, and you'll notice they often choose what's called quiet luxury. This means buying well-made things that last, but not necessarily things that scream expensive to everyone around them. The goal is to build wealth, not to look wealthy. How can changing my perception of what it means to be wealthy affect my spending behaviors and financial goals? Millionaires think differently about their three most important resources: time, energy, and money. Instead of spending these on immediate pleasures or things that don't last, they focus them on activities that build wealth over time. They spend time learning about investing, energy on planning their finances, and money on assets that grow in value. This creates a compound effect where their resources work together to build more wealth. Your strategy should be to shift how you use these resources toward wealth-building activities. This doesn't mean you can't have fun or enjoy life. It means being intentional about making sure your time, energy, and money are working to secure your future, not just entertaining you today. The wealthy people in the study understood the compound growth is the most powerful force in building wealth, but it only works if you consistently feed it with your resources. Take action by using investment platforms like robo-advisors or low-cost brokerages to make your money work for you automatically. These tools can invest your money in diversified portfolios without you having to become an expert or spend hours managing investments. You can also look for ways to create additional income streams by turning your skills and knowledge into side businesses, online courses, or newsletters. The key is to use your time and energy to build things that can generate money, even when you're not actively working. How can I better allocate my time, energy, and money today to build a more secure and prosperous future? The final and perhaps most important lesson from the Stealth Millionaires is that financial independence matters more than looking successful to other people. The book shows clearly that people who focus on displaying high social status through expensive purchases rarely build real wealth. They're too busy spending money on things that lose value to invest in things that gain value. Stealth millionaires do the opposite. They buy assets that appreciate and generate income instead of depreciating consumer goods that just drain their bank accounts. Your focus needs to shift from impressing others to building a portfolio of investments, real estate, and other assets that grow in value over time. This might mean driving a reliable used car while your friends lease expensive new ones, or living in a modest home while others stretch to buy houses they can barely afford. The difference is that your choices are building wealth, while theirs are just creating the appearance of wealth. Make this real by concentrating your money on investments that appreciate rather than consumer goods that depreciate. Instead of buying the latest gadgets, designer clothes, or luxury items, put that money into index funds, real estate, or other investments that will be worth more in the future. Also, practice keeping your financial success private. Don't post about your investments or wealth building on social media, and resist the urge to buy things just to show others how well you're doing. This keeps you focused on building real wealth instead of just looking wealthy. How does the pursuit of financial independence instead of social status change the way I view my financial decisions and goals? The path of the stealth millionaire isn't glamorous, but it's proven to work. By living below your means, avoiding financial dependency cycles, understanding what wealth really looks like, allocating your resources wisely, and prioritizing independence over status, You're following the same blueprint that has created millions of quiet millionaires across America. Remember that building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. The habits you build today will compound over years and decades to create the financial freedom you want. Start with one or two of these strategies. Make them automatic parts of your life, and then gradually add more. The key is consistency, not perfection. Every dollar you save and invest today is working for your future self. You have everything you need to join the ranks of America's stealth millionaires. The only question is whether you'll choose the disciplined path that leads to real wealth, or the flashy path that just looks like wealth. The choice is yours, and your future depends on it.